Good day, this is Sylvie with another health tip. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a demonstration, so I need my body visual so that I can show you the great benefits of dry brushing. Dry brushing helps your whole lymphatic system. It can actually help reduce cellulite. It's used for health and beauty, which is fun. Generally speaking, a healthy body is a beautiful body. Healthy skin is beautiful skin. It's just how it works. So let's be beautifully healthy together. So dry brushing can help remove toxins. It increases your skin health because your skin is actually like your third kidney. So it helps cleanse so many toxins out of your body. That's why if you have any kind of eczema or anything coming out of your skin, that is your body signaling that it's overloaded with toxins. Your kidneys could be suffering and your skin is trying to take over to get rid of toxins. Now, what a lot of allopathic medical treatments are is they actually eliminate that symptom and try to use cortisone cream and stuff to stop that. That's actually dangerous because what it does is it stops the body trying to heal itself. So the body's actually removing the toxins from your body, even though it's uncomfortable and it doesn't look good and it doesn't feel good and it's itchy. And itchy is kind of like it's coming out, right? Something's trying to get out of your body. So that's why it's creating almost that behavior of wanting to help that along. Unfortunately, it can be a little bit difficult, and it can, if your nails are dirty, it can cause infection and stuff. So not ideal, but under some circumstances, you can use something that's clean, like a dry brush. And this is good whether you have eczema, whether you don't. Some people, if it's really strong eczema, a dry brush might be a little strong for it. You might want to just get a gentle scrubby for in your shower. And a lot of people put oils on eczema, and sometimes that's it's counterintuitive in terms of what's good for it is to use things that help it to dry out, and that can help you heal very well is using things that help it dry out. Sometimes tea tree oil can be really beneficial. One of the safer oils to put on something like that would be like something like tallow, and sometimes castor oil can be used as well. It just depends on which stage it's at, so that's a little tricky to give general information about that kind of skin issue. So right now I just really want to focus on dry brushing, and it's more of a proactive health care thing, so that ideally it keeps your skin healthy so it can detoxify your system without breaking out, ideally, which is what we prefer. So that's what I'm going to do. It's a technique. It's fairly well known. Some people need this handle to do part of your back. Depends how flexible you are. I generally don't use this, but that's okay. I'm going to show you both. So it's good to do your face. Some people find this a little hard. You can buy, I don't think I have it anymore because I don't need it, a smaller, it's a smaller, longer bristle, softer brush. Most health food stores carry them. They're usually made of wood. You want this to be natural fibers. It has to be natural fibers. This is some sort of plant fiber. So that is good as well. So I start with my face. So you could use something a little softer or just a regular dry brush. And I wash my dry brush about after every about 3 to 5 sessions. So I'll dry brush 3 times or 4 times or 5 times depending. Prefer after 3 if I can, and I will wash my brush because it will start to get dirty and the toxins will stick to your brush, and you don't want to be putting them back on your skin. So you can find an amount of time to clean it. I wouldn't go past 5 before cleaning it, and after 3 sounds like a really good number to me, so it stays pretty clean. So it's good to do like your forehead. You can do, and I do about 10 swipes. Some of the information I got was from Dr. Jack, whose book is actually out of print. I wonder why. Dr. Jack talks about natural hygiene. He also is a functional medicine practitioner. So that's his bent. And this is a very good practice. Many people talk about dry brushing. My practitioner reminded me about it the other day. It's kind of one of those things you get all excited, you do it for a while, and then you stop. And then you've got this dry brush hanging around doing nothing. So I recommend that you really do try to get back on that wagon as many times as you can. And ideally daily, but maybe you can do it 3 times a week. Maybe you can do it 4 times a week. Maybe you can just do it twice a week, every weekend. Every little bit helps, right? So I like to do things at least a minimum of 3 times a week, especially something like this. And if I'm really needing extra help, and if I'm taking some time off to take care of myself, then I would like to do it daily. So I'll just start with how I do it, and it's pretty much based off of what Dr. Jack recommends with a few additions from here and there. So I do my forehead, and I do 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I do my cheeks. I kind of do them in a circular motion, 10 times this way. And then if I'm feeling, or 5 one way and 5 the other way, and here and here. It's nice to do the parts where sometimes some people can get little pimples here, or detox and get in there, like a circular motion one way and then the other way, for a total of 10. Sometimes around the nose is nice. The ears are really good to do. You could even do, the ears are so good. I do 10 circular motions one way and 10 the other way, because it's actually representing of the fetus and your whole body. So anything you do to the ears will actually affect your whole body, which is really amazing. So I do that, both sides, 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other way. Now, I do a kind of an action of kind of back and forth like this at the back of my neck. So I don't know if I can maybe do it sideways here. So I do it the back and forth motion as quite firmly. You can do it as firmly as you can handle it. Don't hurt yourself. So 10 like that. And then 10 like from about the base of your neck down and under your chin, coming out. So 10 like this on this side, 10 like this going this side, and then from the back of the neck, 10 down to the front. And it's really good to do this area around like the thyroid and all that kind of thing. So it's really good to stimulate the skin around there. So 10 this way, 10 this way, and then back. And obviously you're doing this without clothes on, but you get the picture. And then 10 this way from like the back and to like the front of the chest here, and 10 this way. Now, Dr. Jack is a guy, and he recommends women don't do their breasts because the skin is delicate. I disagree with him. I don't do my nipples, but I'll kind of hold it, and then I'll do 10 in a certain way and around that, and I find that that's fine. So just figure it out for yourself. Maybe you want to use the lighter brush for your face on your breast if you're female, or just experiment. And the nipples, I wouldn't bother. They probably don't need a whole lot of dry brushing, but if it feels good, and it's skin, so it detoxes there too. So whatever works for you. Now the hand, I do 10 up and down here, and in this area is a really important area. So I do 10 here specifically on this side, and then 10, I think I'm going to do this side, and 10 on the other side there, and 10 on the skin. And then I do 10 up the arm, and this, anywhere where there's more lymphatic tissue, you want to really make sure that you get that area, because it's really beneficial. So you're going to want to brush the elbow pit, so to speak, and then you want to make sure you cover that, and then go all around 10 times each. If I'm in a rush, I'll do 7. If I'm in a real rush, maybe I'll do 5. I think more than 5, less than 10 is like a nice. I used to do 7, but right now I'm feeling I need a little extra, so I'm making sure to do 10. So, and again, I would go over my, for lack of a better word, the inside of the elbow there, and 10. This way, and this little area here is really good to do, depending on one's age and one's thing. So it helps to actually reduce things like cellulite, and it helps tone your skin. And then all the way around. So you do that for that side and that side. And this part here, like just right between your chest, like almost at your xiphoid process there, like right in the middle here. And that's a circular motion. One way, I do 10 one way, and I do 10 the other, because that's a special spot. And then for around the waist, I do like this. So 10 like this. And then if you missed any spots, you can kind of just get them 10 like this, 10 like this. Or this is a good one too. The side all the way down, up. So at least 10 up and down the side here on both sides. And at the back, you go as far down as you can and up and down. So as far up as you can go, 10 like this, and then I kind of like to go 10 on this side and 10 on the other side, same kind of deal. And if you've missed some spots, like you might want to reach here, here, I like to go like this. And that's when you can use this gizmo here. If you can't reach, you can easily, oh, that's a lot easier, isn't it? Going like this and getting the sides here if you have trouble getting it. So again, it's like 10, 10, 10, that way. Okay. And next, okay, I've done the back. And then any place where you might have a little bit extra potential cellulite, or places where you want to lose a little bit of weight or a little bit of fat, more like, not so much weight, but make sure you get your glutes, the side, your hips, the bottom, underneath. And then the armpits are really important. So I would do 10 circles one way and 10 circles the other way. And again, you do the other one, 10 and 10. And then all the kind of creases, right? So this crease inside here in the groin area, I would do like the armpit. So 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other way. And I like to get the lower part as well. So I might do circles and then just back and forth on the inside of my leg. And then the legs. So brushing up, so from the knee. So again, 10 this way, 10 this way, underneath. And of course, then any of the sort of pits or the opposite of a joint, you really want to make sure that you get that well. So I just incorporate it with that. And then when I do underneath, I get it again, just to give that a little extra space. And then on the inside of your thigh, and then both sides and feet. So and then the legs, after I do the thighs, I do go up towards the legs on both sides. So that's 10, 10, 10. And then the feet, however it works, I like to just kind of go white on white's not ideal here. Okay. Up and down here, do the sides, like all around your kind of, your heel is really good. There's a lot of vascular kind of systems there. You want to make sure to get that 10 and 10 and 10. And some people do the bottom of their feet, which is really, really great. Sometimes the skin is kind of tough, so you might want to use even a stronger bristle. I actually have a boar hair brush, and I use that on my scalp, and I use that on, sometimes I used to use it on my feet, but then I kind of don't want to do head and feet, so you might want to have one boar hair brush for each. Or sometimes for my feet, what I do is I use a different kind of system, exfoliating type stuff, because I might get a little bit of callus here. So I use these, I call them cheese graters for your feet, and I use that, and then I use some kind of sanding type things. So I do that for my feet these days. This is my boar hair brush. And I use that on my scalp. So I'll brush with the grain of the hair quite firmly and in the back and on the front and the sides. So that's a nice thing. It kind of feels good on the hands too, actually, if one really wanted to give it a little extra. Just depends how tough your hands are. I work with my hands a lot, so they're fairly tough. So that could be fun too. And then some people have more delicate skin, so you can, when you're choosing your brush, give it a little test on your skin a little bit to see if you feel like it would be firm enough or soft enough. Usually the more you dry brush, then you can move maybe from a softer bristle to a firmer bristle as your skin gets used to it, because your skin will start to get stronger, which is pretty cool. So this helps to detoxify your system. It helps to keep your skin glowing and healthy. It helps with exfoliation. It helps with youthful looks, and it helps to take some of the load off your kidneys. As your skin is really healthy, then it will help detox as well as your kidneys. So overall health is greatly improved, and it helps with lymphatic flow. It helps with blood circulation. It helps with cellulite removal and tightening of your skin. So sounds like all really great things that I like. And sometimes people, after they've done dry brushing for a while, they'll notice that even their colon, like sometimes weird stuff is coming out of there, like weird dark stuff or whatever. So that's okay. It's not making you sick. It's just your body has starting to detox more. So don't be alarmed if your bowel movements change, and there might be some extra mucus or some extra things coming out. And that's fine. That means the dry brushing is working. And if your system is relatively clean, you might not notice anything there at all. So it just depends. Just good to be aware of possible things that might happen. That's it. I think I talk a lot about skincare. I generally like to use tallow, castor oil. I use shea butter. I use coconut butter. I use cacao butter. Sometimes I make blends to make a body butter. Sometimes it's fun to put a little bit of DMSO in the blends. You need to look up DMSO because it's a strong solvent, and so it's great for healing, and you need some special care because you don't want to touch chemicals or soapy chemicals and then touch the DMSO, because then you're going to be absorbing whatever you touch. And you want to make sure the water is really pure that you use as well. And everything that you're using with that would need to be really clean. So that's maybe another time. Just letting you know the things that I use on my skin so that you have some idea. I would let my skin breathe like usually. And after this dry brushing, you have a shower. So you dry brush and then shower. Or you could have a bath. Just make sure you use like some kind of cloth or something to rub the skin down. Some people use soap, some people don't. You could use apple cider vinegar a little bit, which helps keep the acid mantle. I use this really great soap that is pH balanced. It's from the Soapworks. It's just their glycerin pH balanced liquid soap. So it's less likely to destroy your acid mantle. So it helps keep, that's part of your immune system, and your skin's immune system. It creates this kind of extra coating on the outside of your skin that is slightly acidic. So if you use a lot of strong soaps, which are actually basic, you're actually stripping your acid mantle off, and then your body has to like rebuild it so that it can take energy. So if you're struggling with health issues, you probably don't want to do that because it's creating more of a drain on your whole body and your energy system. So that's another little tip to go with the skin with that. And sometimes I would wait before moisturizing after the shower, after I dry brush. Sometimes give your skin just like a chance to breathe before you start putting like oils on it and stuff like that. It's nice to give it some breaks, and then it's nice to moisturize as well. So you just find that balance, which is what I like to say. I added some extra benefits of skin brushing in my description that I may or may not have mentioned in the video. I don't think I need any links, but who knows? If I find something interesting, I might add it. to the video as well. So I hope this was helpful, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye for now.